We're back today talking about the third part of the Unstoppable Finances framework. Okay. Now that you're clear on the importance of managing your income, like we talked about, we want to continue to grow your income and budgeting, that defensive part of the Unstoppable Finances framework, your next step is to talk about your mindset. And the reason why your mindset is key is because if you don't improve your relationship with money, then all the other work you do just won't stick. Your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are incredibly powerful. And we need to use them in a way that actually helps you. Majority of the time, this area is where we see the biggest breakthroughs. If you feel like you have to sacrifice everything to budget, that you can't do fun stuff, or if you feel guilty when you do splurge, then this next part is going to be game changing for you. Okay. I was the same way. I remember feeling like I just wanted to be able to skip making dinner and be able to grab takeout without feeling like I was breaking a rule or doing something wrong. But this is what I found. If you remember, we talked about that budgeting is a tool and we use a budget to prioritize what is important. And we talked a little bit about percentage based budgeting and how it's one of the best ways to set up your budget for long term growth and success. Now, inside the percentage based budget, we have a category we call our play money. Now, that play category is golden. It needs to be prioritized. Okay. What the heck is your play category? This is the money that is used to spend. It is vital to any budget, regardless if money is tight. Okay. Really, especially if money is tight, we need to keep that play account. The reason why the play account is so golden is it helps to create a positive money relationship. You'll want to keep doing the things that you need to do when it's fun. If you dread the actions, you're going to avoid it at all costs. Here's an example. I think we've all been on a diet before where at some point, you're staying on the diet, you're doing good, but what are you thinking about the entire time you're on the diet, right? You're thinking about that chocolate chip cookie or whatever your dessert of choice is that you want to have when the diet is over. So you might have heard of yo-yo dieting. That's exactly what happens. You do really good on the diet. You lose so much weight. You're looking great. The diet ends. And then you end up that you gain all the weight back and then a little bit more because it wasn't sustainable long term. All too often, I find this is what we do with our finances. And unfortunately, there are a lot of financial gurus out there that preach methods that lead to yo yo finances. It'll work for some, but not for the majority. And we're going to get to more of that in a minute. But you're going to prioritize your play account so that your money, but you're going to prioritize your play money so that you'll see the long term consistent progress because your relationship with money is just as important as your actual spending happens. Logistically, if you want to know, this is how it works. Okay. So if you're married, both you and your spouse will have a blow money fund, his money to blow, her money to blow. Inside the academy, I explain how to set all this up, but these two sub funds alone are a total marriage saver. Typically, one of us is a spender and one of us is a saver, right? Well, with those blow money accounts, you get to spend that money on whatever you want as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, of course. And if it's just you, no significant other, you still need your money to blow fund. Okay. Obviously, if money is tight, you're going to have less money in the play fund, but you still have one and you still get to do fun things with your money. There's no guilt, there's no shame because it's built into your budget and you're making it a priority. When you work on creating that positive relationship with your money, you're working on that third part of the Unstoppable Finances framework. We call that the battlefield. Okay. Now, the battlefield is money mindset, economics, rules of the game, and you'll find that the framework is more like a matrix where everything is interconnected because you need all the pieces, but more on that later. So you're focusing on the long-term game, right? Instead of maybe getting a short-term win that you end up self-sabotaging later with your play account. But there's still one other vital spot that you need to make that switch in. If you remember, I said there was two simple switches that we needed to make the other day. That second one, the other super important switch, has to do with debt. You have to stop focusing on debt payoff. Yep, I said it. And it's not that you shouldn't pay off consumer debt. You probably should. There are definitely ways to leverage debt, though, but that's not really what we're discussing today. Today, it's about your focus. Your focus is what you're meditating on, and that should not be your debt. It needs to be your net worth. Your net worth is the true financial picture of where you're at. As you pay off debt, your net worth improves. As you grow assets, save money, etc., your net worth also improves. When we stick with that hardcore debt payoff focus, majority can't achieve it. So there's the first flag, okay? But the bigger thing, though, ties into that third part of the framework. We get what we focus on, right? So if you're successful with paying off debt, it's been proven within 5 years, 75% are back into debt. I don't know about you, but I don't like those odds because this happens because when you program your subconscious mind to say, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, when you get out of debt, you're still saying, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt. Your subconscious mind is a problem solver. So you go get back into debt so that you can fulfill the get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt thought. Okay. Like, yikes, it's just a vicious cycle. But by focusing on your net worth, you set yourself up for long-term success. Now you're probably starting to get it. You're excited about the fact that you get to spend money on yourself, #play fun, and you're actually going to make it a priority. Okay. You're open to the idea of focusing on your net worth and growing that. But you're probably thinking, this sounds great and all, but is this going to take a ton of time? There's a lot on my plate already, and I don't know that I can handle one more thing. You're busy, you have goals that you're working towards, you have priorities, you have all these things, and now I want you to add something else onto your plate. Don't worry, I've got you covered. We're going to talk about how to handle that part and how to make it actually work in a way that feels really aligned. It feels good, and you're not having to make those sacrifices so you can truly show up and be stress-free in the way that you want to next time. So I'll see you soon.